everyone, in this video we will cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today's Academy Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in Academy Android application. So in this app course you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision ebooks which are optimized for reading on your mobile itself. Apart from it, you are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. Please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay, so now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone, welcome back to GK Today, and today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 30th of December 2021. Starting with very first question, Pillar of Shame Memorial which was seen in the news is located in which country or region? Actually, Pillar of Shame is a statue that commemorates those who were killed in Beijing's Tiananmen Square. I think we have talked about this earlier as well. So this is a 8-meter high statue located in University of Hong Kong campus since the year 1997. And the memorial features 50 anguished faces and tortured bodies basically, and commemorates the democracy protesters killed by the Chinese troops around Tiananmen Square in the year 1989. Okay. So Hong Kong's oldest university launched an overnight operation to dismantle the statue. Okay. Now talking about Hong Kong, few days back it was in news because of its new zero drug policy. And with the implementation of the new rules, travelers from USA will be subjected to the highest tier of quarantine measures there, having some of the strict anti-COVID policies worldwide. Okay, so Hong Kong will make USA the first country outside Africa to be placed under the quarantine center order since Omicron variant was first detected in the month of November. Okay, now talking about USA, recently it has signed the Secure Equipment Act that stopped the companies judged as a security threat from receiving new telecom equipment licenses. And further, the act says that FCC, that is Federal Communications Commission, should no longer review the applications from the companies which are ruled as a threat. Okay, and yes, also do not forget that Australia has recently signed an agreement with USA and UK to allow the exchange of sensitive naval nuclear propulsion information between their nations. So this three-way deal gives Australia US nuclear-powered submarine technology, and it is the first agreement on the technology to be publicly signed since the three countries announced the formation of a defense alliance named as AUKUS. Okay. Question number 2. Which country passed the law on the protection of the rights and interests of women? So China's Standing Committee of the National People's Congress announced the draft amendment to the Law on the Protection of the Rights and Interests of Women, and it is a 3-decade-old law to protect women's rights at the workplace and at their homes. So under this proposal, employers are banned from stating the gender preferences in the job advertisements or asking the female applicants about their marital and pregnancy status. Okay. Now apart from it, China has recently conducted a nuclear fusion experiment which is aimed towards the creation of an artificial sun. And this experiment is being conducted by Hefei Institute of Physical Science, and it is called as EAST, and EAST stands for Experimental Advanced Superconducting Tokamak. Okay, so it is known that China has already spent around 6 billion yuan in this large-scale experiment, under which extremely high temperatures are used to boil hydrogen isotopes, fusing them together and releasing their energy. Okay, so you can be asked that which country has conducted a nuclear fusion experiment towards creation of an artificial sun. So the answer would be China. Okay, now apart from it, few days back we have seen that UAE has announced its new working week of 4.5 days with Friday afternoon, Saturday and Sunday. And hence UAE will be the first nation in the world to introduce a national working week shorter than a global 5-day week. Okay. Also, UAE was in news because recently it has announced that it will no longer censor the films released in cinemas, and it is seen as an effort of Kingdom to boost its brand as a liberal hub, which is quite attractive to the foreigners. Okay. Question number 3. Which union ministry is associated with implementing the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code? So, Ministry of Corporate Affairs has proposed some strict norms in the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. So, basically MCA has proposed that the IBC should provide the adjudicating authority with 30 days for approving or rejecting a resolution plan. And the government has sought the public comments on the proposal by January 13. Okay. Now, apart from it, the Social Justice and Empowerment Ministry is set to launch the residential education for students in high schools in targeted areas, or you can say Sreshtha scheme. So, this will basically focus on the socio-economic upliftment and overall development of scheduled caste students by providing the quality residential education to meritorious ST students in reputed private schools which are having the residential facility. Okay. Now, also we have seen that GSI, that is Geological Survey of India, which works under Ministry of Mines, in collaboration with British Geological Survey, has developed a prototype regional LEWS for India. What is LEWS? The Landslide Early Warning System. Okay. And this system is being evaluated and tested by GSI in 2 pilot areas in India. First in Darjeeling, which lies in West Bengal, and second in the Nilgiris district of Tamil Nadu. So do remember that GSI is developing the prototype through the landslip project. Fine. Question number 4. The RBI has recently extended the tokenization rules till which date? So the RBI has recently extended the rules till 30th of June 2022. And the deadline for wiping off card data on merchant sites and applying the tokenization has been extended by another 6 months. So this step has been taken by the central bank as merchants and payment companies expressed their inability to meet the earlier deadline of December 31, 2021, and card on file tokenization is used to registered card data with the merchant site. Okay. Now, apart from it, earlier we have seen that Equitas, a small finance bank, has been impaneled as the banking partner of the state government of Maharashtra with an aim to offer its services to the employees of the state government. Then, a penalty of 1.8 crore rupees has been imposed on Punjab National Bank by the RBI recently. Why? Because it was found guilty of contravening the provisions of Banking Regulation Act of 1949 related to the pledges of shares by it, and also ICICI Bank has been fined with 30 lakh rupees for deficiencies in regulatory compliances. Okay. Now, apart from it, Reserve Bank of India has introduced a PCA framework for large non-banking financial companies with effect from October 2022. And this move will bring the non-banking financial companies almost on a par with banks in terms of supervision and regulatory perspective. Okay. Question number 5. When is the National Consumer Rights Day observed across India? So 24th of December is celebrated annually across India as the National Consumer Rights Day, and it is also called as National Consumer Day. Why we celebrate on this particular day? Because it commemorates 24th of December 1986, a date when the Consumer Protection Act revised assent of the President of India. And the purpose of the day is to make the consumers aware of their rights and responsibilities. Now, do not get confused. Do remember that World Consumer Rights Day is celebrated annually on 15th of March. So here we are talking at international level, and this is our National Consumer Rights Day. Okay. Now, apart from it, Kisan Divas, or you can say the National Farmers Day, is observed on 23rd of December every year across the country to praise the farmers. And the day was chosen to honor the birth anniversary of the 5th Prime Minister of India, Chaudhary Charan Singh. So Farmers Day is basically celebrated to highlight the contribution of farmers to the society since the year 2001. Okay. Also do remember that 22nd of December is observed as National Mathematics Day to commemorate the birth anniversary of the famous mathematician Srinivasa Ramanujan. Then International Human Solidarity Day is observed on 20th of December to highlight the importance of unity in diversity, and 18th of December is observed as Minorities' Rights Day in India to focus on the issues like safety of minorities in the state, etc. Okay. Now you have to tell me two things basically. When do we observe UNICEF Day? And second thing is, when do we observe National Energy Conservation Day? Let me give you a hint. Both of these days fall in the month of December. Please write in the comments. Question number 6. Which institution developed the high-speed expendable aerial target heat Abhyas? So Aeronautical Development Establishment, Bangalore based DRDO laboratory along with other DRDO labs has developed the heat Abhyas, and heat stands for high speed expendable aerial target, and DRDO successfully conducted the flight test of the indigenously developed target system recently off the coast of Odisha. Okay. Now apart from it, the Indian Army has launched a messaging application named as ASIGMA with features such as multi-level security and message prioritization. Okay. And this acronym stands for Army Secure Indigenous Messaging Application. Fine. So it is a kind of new generation web-based application. Then the first successful test flight of short-range surface-to-surface Pralay ballistic missile was conducted from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Islands off the coast of Odisha recently. Okay. Now apart from it, a Mumbai-based NGO named as Pratham has been awarded the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize of 2021, and it is a first of its kind civil society organization to improve the quality of education for underprivileged children in India and across the world. Okay. You have to tell me which is the other prize that Pratham has won recently. Please write the name of that prize in the comment section. Question number 7. Which country recently launched the Inmarsat 6 F1 satellite? So this advanced commercial communication satellite has recently been launched by Japan aboard H-2A rocket. So it is a 5,470 kilogram satellite, and it is one of the largest and most sophisticated commercial communication satellites ever launched. Okay. Now Japan was also in news because recently the cabinet of Japan has approved a record high defense budget of 5.4 trillion yen, or you can say $47.2 billion for the next financial year, and the approved defense budget has exceeded the ceiling of 1% of the GDP of the country. So this record high defense budget comes amid threats from neighboring China and frequent clashes between the two defense forces. Okay. And also Japan was in news because a professor of Japan has developed a prototype of a lickable TV screen which can imitate food flavors. So this technology has been named as TTTV, means Taste the TV, which uses a carousel of 10 flavored canisters that spray to create the taste of a particular food, and the flavor sample then rolls on hygienic film over a flat TV screen for the viewer to experience, and this prototype is seen as a step towards achieving multi-sensory viewing experience in the media industry. So simply you can be asked that this Taste the TV has been developed by which country? So answer is Japan. Okay. Now apart from it, India and Japanese space agencies are planning to launch a joint mission to the moon, aiming to explore the polar region basically. Okay. And also we have seen that Pakistan has recently conducted a successful test launch of an indigenously developed Shaheen 1A surface-to-surface ballistic missile. Okay. Question number 8. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari has recently launched an intelligent transport system in which place? So recently he has inaugurated an intelligent transport system at the Eastern Peripheral Expressway at Delhi, and this aims to minimize the traffic related problems and improve the safety of the travelers. So this system is the one which has state-of-the-art transportation infrastructure, which gives prior information about the traffic to improve the driver's comfort and to detect any accident and send alerts to ensure that an ambulance reaches the spot in the shortest possible time. Okay. Now apart from it, recently central government has issued the Good Governance Index for 2021, and the index has been prepared by Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances. Do remember that Gujarat, Maharashtra and Goa have topped this list. In the northeastern states, Mizoram was at the top, and talking about Union Territory, Delhi was the best. Okay. Now apart from it, Index on Foundation Literacy and Numeracy has recently been released by Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister, and among the large states, West Bengal has topped this index while Bihar was at the bottom. And in the small states, Kerala was at the top. Talking about Union Territory, Lakshadweep was best, and in the northeastern category, Mizoram was at the top. Fine. So these are some of the rankings that might be asked in your exam. So do remember every point very carefully. Okay. Question number 9. Which state has recently passed an amendment to the Cattle Preservation Act of 1950? So the Legislative Assembly of the State of Assam has recently passed an amendment bill which seeks to modify the Cattle Preservation Act of 1950 and to strengthen it. So the additions made in the bill will provide for ease of transportation of cattle for the agricultural purposes, and it ensures a stringent punishment for the cattle smugglers. Okay. Now recently Assam was in news because the Assamese poet Neelmani Phukan has won the 56th Jananpith Award, and the Konkani novelist Damodar Mauzo has won the 57th Jananpith Award. Actually, Mr. Damodar had worked a lot towards inclusion of Konkani as a language in the 8th schedule of Indian Constitution. Okay. Now coming to last question, NMCG Tehri's Center of Excellence on Water Reuse is set to come up in which place? What is NMCG? National Mission for Clean Ganga, and Tehri stands for the Energy and Resources Institute. So it has launched the Center of Excellence on Water Reuse, which would come up at Tehri campus in Gurugram, which is in Haryana. So the center is being established to foster research and innovation and identify the knowledge gaps for research and support all forms of research in water reuse. Okay. Now apart from it, the naval ship INS Khukri has been decommissioned from the Navy at Visakhapatnam after having served in the force for more than 32 years. So this was built by Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders and was commissioned to the Navy in the year 1989. And the vessel has been part of both Western and Eastern fleets for more than 3 decades. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.